The Fantasy Footballer Studio is sponsored by Walmart. Welcome to the Fantasy Footballers Podcast with your hosts, Andy Holloway, Jason Moore, and Mike Wright.
Welcome in.
It's football time.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Good luck to you and Marv.
Thursday, September 25th. The day of the Marvin Harrison Redemption Tour beginning tonight. Probably not. Actually, almost certainly not, but we do have football tonight. Andy, Mike, and Jason, the Fantasy Footballers Podcast, back with you. Thank you for following the show, listening to the show, hanging out with us all year long. We are heading into week 4. Cardinals at home tonight against the Sea Chickens.
Oh, got him. Got him. You're not a hawk, you're a chicken.
I am, I'm a really big Cardinal fan. You guys know this. I love the Cardinals.
Yeah, and that's why you are all your fantasy team is all in.
So yesterday I briefly said I was going to offer Zay Flowers for Marvin Harrison on the show. I think I called Marvin Harrison a baby buy.
Yes, you did.
Because he's not a full on go get him at any cost. I mean, I saw a lot of people taking the trade advice show and going out there and making moves. I saw tons of players like Ginty, Jacobs, those guys getting acquired. There was a surprising amount of Drake London for Ashton Ginty trades, including from our own Kyle the Borgogan, who, as a Falcons fan, went out and traded Drake London and got Ashton Ginty.
Interesting.
Like that seems to be like a compatible trade right now because they're both, top 12 picks that are disappointing people, and you might need a running back, might need a wide receiver. So that's happening a lot. But I said on the show, I just offered Mike. I offered him Marvin Harrison, I offered him Zay Flowers for Marvin Harrison.
Mm-hmm.
And he thought a lot about it.
Oh, so much thinking.
And then he didn't do it. And then I offered him Justin Fields and Zay Flowers for Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Justin Fields.
And I got Marvin Harrison now, baby. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Party lights?
Yeah, he's really willing this into
This is the best part about this is you now in the League of Record have the Kyler Marv stack.
It couldn't be worse.
And no one has talked more crap about how bad they are, about how bad this offense is, about how Kyler doesn't have it, isn't good, and now you are relying upon them.
Can I make a little comparison of where I'm at right now?
Yes, please.
If I booked a wedding venue and I invited the guests and I had people fly in and I got the DJ on retainer and everything's booked, and it starts to rain, I'm going to pretend I like the rain. I'm going to pretend everything's going to be just fine. I'm going to pretend it's going to be the best wedding of all time. That's the current mental state. Would I pass a drug test? Probably not.
Yeah.
But Marvin Harrison is on the roster.
We don't need no meows. We don't need no cats.
Yeah. Look, Mike, you said it before the show. After last week's public embarrassment of Marvin Harrison, what better time to publicly embarrass him again?
Arizona better go to him early and easy.
Right, yeah. First play, little screen, little slant, something easy, make sure he catches it.
Yes.
Let's get the ball moving.
Now, if he drops that pass, then it's over. He might as well just head to the locker room.
You guys saw the screenshot that appears he's looking upwards while he's catching the football?
Yeah.
Is he watching himself on the Jumbotron try to catch a football?
He's like, look how cool this is. He missed. Clearly, he missed the ball.
So the trade happened.
Yep.
Mike's a sucker for Justin Fields. We know that.
Yeah.
And I'm a sucker for Payne. So we'll just buy in one more time.
And then final note, we're playing.
Yeah, we're playing each
so
other.
With the heads up, I gave you Marv. So if Marv does the 102 tonight, it will be against me.
You also wouldn't have been playing Kyler Murray. You would have been playing Justin Fields.
Yeah.
So you opted into Kyler and Marv tonight, and I want the people at home to watch. They watched Jason win a Monday Night Football matchup. Now watch tonight knowing that every catch that Marvin makes hurts Mike.
It's going to be fascinating.
I also will be very happy.
I know
I need him to be good.
You guys are still Marv fans, so we've got a huge show today. We have starts of the week. We've got a ton of matchups to get into. It's a big week for fantasy, right? We've got 3 weeks of data. So the tools, they've been activated, right? The Stream Finder tool, the Strength of Schedule tool, an opportunity to get into all of the Foot Clan tools and resources. We got rest of season rankings launching
soon.
Today? Question mark?
No, today.
Today.
Yeah.
You could have gone with soon.
No. I want to force our hand.
Right.
So we will have a rest of season rankings up today.
And we have never had those before.
Correct.
So for the first time ever, rest of season rankings should be helpful for evaluating trades. Obviously, I got Marv at number 1. Rest of season. Very easy, unbiased opinion there. All right, let's jump into the news. And before we do that, I want to remind you, jointhefoot.com for all of those tools, including the rest of season rankings, the ultimate dashboard, the extra episodes, the community.
The waiver wire tool.
Yeah, it's we're piling them up. At this point, I think we're going to take a few things away.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to balance.
Yeah.
Right,
so you prune the bush so it can grow more beautiful.
Can we do the Disney vault thing?
Oh, that's a good idea.
When they decided that this would be a cool idea in the 90s, just like we'll just release a movie for a couple minutes.
You know that movie you like? Can't get it.
Now you want it, you can have it.
I guess they knew the power of scarcity, which they've opposited it with Star Wars movies now.
Yeah,
there's no scarcity. So
well,
maybe we do vault.
Go to footclan.com before it
there you go.
disappears.
News and notes from around the league, presented by Progressive Insurance.
Zach Charbonnet is officially listed as questionable, but he has 3 full practices this week.
Zach, come on. It's a short week, man. Just rest up.
Oh, you'd like another Ken Bone Walker evening?
Yeah.
Cardinals defense is pretty good. You guys both have Seattle winning the game?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
And the line is kind of a toss-up because it's gone back and forth. Cardinals started favored right now. It's Seattle by like 1 or something like that.
Last I saw was Seattle 1.5.
Okay. It should be interesting. It might be a bit of a defensive game. I wonder if we'll get some low scoring.
Do you expect Charbonnet to play since he practiced all week?
I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt had missed Wednesday's practice. It was limited or is listed as precautionary, and that he should be back out there. Devontae Adams also didn't practice on Wednesday, hamstring. You don't like hearing older receivers with hamstring issues, but Sean McVay says it's not going to affect his availability.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have some thoughts?
Well, I'll have thoughts in our next segment for sure.
Our next segment.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Isaiah Likely limited in Wednesday's walkthrough. Still don't know if Isaiah Likely is going to be back out there. You know, there have been people that have Mark Andrews, and maybe they got Brenton Strange on the bench. If you can swap Brenton Strange for Isaiah Likely, put him on your roster, that's fine. I think try to figure out who's going to be the guy there. Big week for Andrews last week. Xavier Worthy, full practice on Wednesday. But I don't know what the snaps are going to look like for Worthy. Do you have confidence in him?
I would not.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way that you can start him with the report that he's going to be back on a limited basis wearing a harness. Like, you've got to see what it looks like first. I can't fathom he gets enough touches. He might help the Chiefs, but not necessarily help your fantasy team.
DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet limited on Wednesday. Colston Loveland not practicing. He has dealt with injury issues so far. Maybe. Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings also didn't practice. Pearsall with the knee, he says it's feeling good. I actually don't know when I hurt my knee. Little soreness, not concerned. But it's the 49ers. Anybody that shows up on the practice report for the 49ers, it's from 0 to 100 games out that they're going to miss. And so Brock Purdy, Mac Jones, both limited on Wednesday. I think it'll be Purdy this week. Do you guys have opinions on?
That's where I lean to.
Yeah, I believe Purdy will be there. And if he is out there, he's been a decent fantasy option for people. You know, like I lost Dak, basically. That's how I feel like Dak had the same injury that CeeDee Lamb had with CeeDee out. I'm like, especially in a tough matchup, I can't imagine playing him. But Brock is on my radar.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I almost signed him this morning in one of our leagues. All right, that was News and Notes, sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy, terms, limits, and conditions. All right, time to jump in.
Starts of the week, presented by Paramount Plus.
Starts of the week for week number 4 at the quarterback position.
This is the start of the week.
Jordan Love. Jordan Love.
It better be.
Playing Dallas, the Cowboys, who they only put 8 guys out on defense every week. And we haven't seen – look, it was disappointing last week. I thought Jordan Love would be fine against Cleveland. I thought they would get it done. Cleveland is making sure no one is fine against them. So that was a backfire. But, you know, the previous 2 weeks before last week's debacle for the Packers, leading the NFL in ADOT, average depth of target, throwing it down the field, inexcusably, like I had kind of made some comments. I didn't make an official guarantee, but I had said that Matthew Golden was going to score last week. I stand by it because Matthew Golden caught a pass up the sideline. There was no safety or defensive back ahead of him, and then he ran straight out of bounds.
The Packers sideline, he ran to the Packers side, and when he went out of bounds, you see like 5 players whose hands go to their helmet like, what did you just do? He was running at an angle.
It was like they tilted the field to the right, and he like running, rolled out.
But the crazy thing was like his momentum very well might have taken him out of bounds. He might not have been able. He might not have been able to actually stay in bounds there.
Maybe,
but he did not try. I mean, didn't remotely like lean at all. It was just like, hey, I got a nice catch. Let me walk right out of bounds really easily.
So is he? Is it mouthy?
No,
not yet.
Yeah, but Jordan Love is my start of the week, and the Cowboys' pass defense. We know how dookie they are.
Oh, they're
let's hope he does it early.
Dead last in yards per attempt allowed. Dead last in completion percentage over expectation. Dead last in explosive pass play rate. They put we'll just call them bad.
They put the Duke in Duke.
Yeah, I was going to say they put the something in Dallas, but here we go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with –
but people think I hate Dallas, by the way. I just saw this. People think I'm like personal vendetta. I actually kind of like Dallas. I'd like them to win. This is called objective analysis. Have you watched your team?
Right. Yeah, your defense
You shouldn't
is
like that.
Terrible.
All right, go on.
So my start of the week this week, Caleb Williams.
Oh, boy.
Against the Raiders. I know. Who would have thought, right? Caleb Williams. He has not had a great beginning to his career, but from a fantasy football perspective, he's been very good. He's actually the quarterback 3 right now in the season. And his fantasy game, it's taken another leap this year thanks to his scrambling. The only quarterbacks with more fantasy points off of scrambles so far this season, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Jalen Hurts. 9 scrambles for 79 yards and a touchdown. And the defensive matchup is great. I love picking games that are in a dome. Thank you. The weather will be fine. And the pass defense of the Raiders, 28th in expected pass points, 25th in passing yards allowed, 25th in fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks. He is a guy that I was sad to see. It was like a pump fake for me when Dak went down. I looked at Sleeper, and he was one of the highest trending quarterbacks, like additions. And I was like, I don't know how he made that list because he's rostered almost everywhere. But I was like, oh, I thought he was on the waivers. I was like, yeah, baby. He's not, but I would start him if I had him.
Mike, who do you got?
I'm going with Bo Nix against the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are not a very good team right now, and it's not been great, honestly, for Bo Nix. The QB 21 through 3 weeks, he's averaging under 200 passing yards a game. However, this week we all have him ranked in the top 10. The Broncos have a 26-point implied team total. That's the 4th highest for this week. The rushing floor still has been there for 2 of the 3 weeks. He's averaging 6 attempts and 24 yards per game. And Cincy has allowed the 6th most completions to opposing quarterbacks. They can't get pressure on Bo. He just missed on 3 deep shots last week. I mean, he hits on one of those. The concern for Bo Nix has gone out the window. And I'm going to double up here because this is pretty rare for, I think, any of us to ever do on the show. My quarterback and my running back start of the week are from the same exact team. So I'm just going to throw it out. It's J.K. Dobbins, who through 3 weeks has been the running back 13, 15, and 12 with a touchdown in each game. We saw a little more consolidation from the Broncos. Like Bidet kind of got the boot last week, and that it actually didn't really turn into an uptick for R.J. Harvey, turned into an uptick for J.K. Dobbins, who
he's looked really good.
He has looked good, and I mean, while he's looking good, you got to stay on this train. Bengals defense saw it; they were manhandled by Jordan Mason, and the matchup of the Denver O-line, 3rd in yards before contact. Cincinnati's defense, 27th in yards before contact allowed. It is a match made in heaven. I really like the Broncos this week.
All right, Amari Hampton is my running back start of the week against the Giants. It was a matter of time and circumstance, right? We did have a very unfortunate injury. Nobody wants to see that happen. Hampton took advantage of the increased opportunities, and here we are. We're 3 weeks into the season, and it's Amari and Hampton's backfield from here on out. I know we had somebody in one of our leagues make a trade, I think a week or two ago. They got Amari and Hampton plus something for Chase Brown at the time. And you look at the way that has turned.
Fantasy football is cruel.
Yeah, and the Giants, look, for all of their strengths on the defensive side so far, the run defense has been very exploitable. 2nd most rushing yards allowed, 2nd most yards after contact, which is a Hampton special. 2nd highest rush success rate on man and gap scheme plays, which is a Greg Roman special. So, look, it's a really good matchup for Hampton. I think it's going to be stardom this week. It's going to be stardom here on out.
Yeah, start him every week, but
I just want
it's
to throw
a smash matchup for sure.
A quick little
smash up.
Just a quick little nugget here for Dynasty bros out there. If you hadn't seen, there was a report that Kamani Vidal is actually the next man up for the Chargers. So like
that's encouraging for Hampton.
So I don't this was nothing against Hampton. It's just
for backup.
You want to stash backup running backs, and Vidal, according to this report, that Jim Harbaugh is the one who said it.
Sassoon.
So
all right,
he's back.
Yeah.
The locks will be washed. My starting running back, Chuba Hubbard, going to play against the New England Patriots. He's the running back 13 on the season. He's averaging 19 opportunities a game. He is, you forget that he's one of the elites when it comes to volume, workload. He's one of 8 running backs with 40-plus rush attempts and 10 receptions so far this season. He's on pace for 79 receptions, and right now the matchup against New England, they are giving up quite a lot of, right now, 4th most running back receiving yards. So even though that's not like his exact specialty, he is being used in that way. Tet is a little banged up. I mean, Hubbard is
Who would you rather throw to, Chuba Hubbard or Xavier Legette?
Oh, I mean, exactly. That's why Chuba is getting 4 or 5 targets in this game. So I think he's someone that should be in your lineup.
Does he still feel extremely disrespected in the world of fantasy
100%.
football? Is that going to be
He is still disrespected by me in my mind and heart. This is why I got to force him to be a start of the week.
I got into the dock before you. I was strongly considering putting Chuba in, and I do. I think he's a great play. I do have a little bit of pause of the way that Rico's been used lately.
Rico has sucked.
You talked about the goal line. The opportunities in the last game, I think, were all Rico in the 5. But it's like they did come later in the blowout. But just overall, Rico, I don't. He's just. I have some pause with Chuba long term, but for this week, I'm with it as a start of the week. All right, wide receiver, Mike.
Wide receiver, I got Jacoby Myers. I know Trey Tucker is the hotness and everything, but I'm going with Jacoby.
I kind of like that.
Going against the Chicago Bears. He's still their number 1 guy. Weeks 1 and 2, he was getting absolutely peppered with targets, and then you can't get peppered with targets when your teammate is taking the ball to the house.
One touch scores.
Exactly. So like last week, it was only 4 targets. He still managed to get 63 receiving yards, and there's only 5 wide receivers who have hit 60 or more receiving yards in each of the first 3 games. It's Puka, JSN, Keenan, Cuge, and Jacoby Myers. I think you got to go right back to the fantasy vegetables. He'll be good for your team.
I think that's a super smart play because everyone was kind of buying into the target totals, and you're going to have outlier weeks. You're going to have down weeks. But we like Geno Smith this week, and I like that one. All right, my tandem, I'm putting Jordan Love with Matthew Golden.
Okay. Starting him.
Matthew Golden, start of the week. He's in my lineup, and he's going to play football this week.
Dude,
He's going to score this weekend.
If it doesn't,
he's going to score.
Wait, is that a touchdown guarantee?
Yeah, he needed it. That would have led him up the field and not out of bounds if I had just given him the touchdown guarantee. So Matthew Golden into the end zone, maybe twice.
With the snap counts and the route participation this week, if he doesn't do something, it will be highly concerning.
It will be. This has to be the game. The only reason something wouldn't happen for Matthew Golden this week is because you're expecting it to happen. That's how it feels for fantasy football. I saw somebody say that the other day. Look, 71% route participation last week, up from 65, up from 44. That. You don't have Jaden Reed. We think Tucker Kraft is healthy. He'll be involved. But Matthew Golden, I think it was 7 opportunities in a game where their offense barely did anything last week. The Cowboys are giving up so many yards. Matthew Golden will get behind this defense. I'm all about it this week. Sure, I'll give you the touchdown guarantee for Matthew Golden officially.
Ooh. All right. I think he's going to get 2 now. My wide receiver start of the week.
Plus 1,700 for 2.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's ludicrous.
I might have just played with that.
Okay.
Invested.
An investment. Devontae Adams, obviously him popping up with the hamstring isn't something I love to see, but it was a Wednesday. McVay said he's not concerned. It's just hopefully just one of those veteran day of rests. He's been so good, guys. His utilization is otherworldly, and what he is doing right now. So the last 9 years, Devontae Adams has averaged 1,213 yards and 11 touchdowns. Through 3 weeks, he is on pace for 1,207 yards and 11 touchdowns.
He's so good.
Devontae Adams is just being Devontae Adams. Stafford can absolutely support him. We saw this with Cooper Kupp and Puka together. He's just a staple of consistency. He's the wide receiver 11 right now. And the Rams-Colts game, highest over-under of the week, 49.5. The Rams are 3.5-point home favorites. You know, Devontae Adams shouldn't be a question mark anymore.
There's a world, right, where you have L.A. versus L.A. in the Super Bowl this year. Like both of those teams are definitely on the short list of potential candidates to get there.
That'd be pretty cool.
At the tight end position, I'm going with T.J. Hawkinson.
Okay.
Hercules versus
People need to hear this.
In Ireland. Bonjour, everyone. Jordan Addison is back.
Is this because of the quarterback upgrade?
It might have something to do with it. And look, Addison's back, so people might be like, I don't want to play Hercules. No, I'm in on him. The 20% target share that he's had through 3 games, it's number 6 among tight ends in the league right now. We saw Hunter Henry destroy this Pittsburgh Steelers defense just recently. And Narrative Street, guys, the Minnesota Vikings are just a tiny plane ride away from their homeland, Scandinavia.
The Vikings. Okay,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So clearly
they're more comfortable.
Yes, they're like, hey, we're back.
I think somebody got mad at me saying that they were going on the road 2 weeks in a row because it was like they're going overseas.
Oh.
I was like, that seems to count to me.
Yeah, I mean, if there was
super count,
it should say they're going on the road and the seas.
I don't think they're going on the seas.
You don't think they're?
I don't think they're taking a boat.
The Vikings aren't taking a boat.
Correct. I know it's.
When you say on the road, it implies that I could drive there.
Okay.
That's a good counterpoint.
You just talked about Hunter Henry. He is my start of the week this week. It's been really interesting to see the New England Patriots offense and who are the most dependable pass catchers. What if I told you Hunter Henry led the team in targets per game, target share, and receiving yards per game? I mean, through 3 weeks, he's always been capable. Sometimes tight ends aren't necessary. Right now, he feels extremely necessary. Stephon Diggs is good enough to run 7 yards and turn around. Kayshon Boutte seems like the next best player, but Demario Douglas not involved. Kyle Williams not involved. It's been Hunter Henry.
Get Kyle Williams on the field.
And let's remember, we haven't seen a lot of Drake May, right? He's going to pick his favorites. He feels very comfortable targeting Hunter Henry. It's Carolina, 8th most fantasy points given up to tight end so far. I think you just stay with Hunter Henry. He's, better than Zach Ertz this week to me. He's better than Kyle Pitts this week to me. He's the start of the week.
Speaking of necessary, Ferg Daddy.
Oh, yes.
He is currently still living. He will. That can't continue for much longer because
he's finally rested.
He's
The
got to
man
be
got to
hurting.
sleep.
And Ferg Daddy is
Ferg Daddy's Jake Ferguson.
Got it.
Jake Ferguson, tight end for the Dallas Cowboys,
Not Terrence Ferguson.
who will need to throw the ball a lot and do not have CeeDee Lamb. Through 3 weeks, he has the most total receptions of any tight end to start a season since 2016. Here are the players in the NFL with more receptions than Ferg Daddy. Puka Nacua, end of list. That is it.
That's wild. That's crazy.
You're good to start him right now. He is needed, he is necessary, and he should be in your lineup.
Yeah, they don't have a lot.
No.
Like even the opportunity for like Turpin this week feels a little like nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think it's turpentine.
Nice.
Swish!
Nice.
Okay. That was Starts of the Week presented by Paramount Plus. Watch the Ravens versus Chiefs game this Sunday. Get started at ParamountPlus.com/NFL. We'll take a break. We'll hit the forecast. Into the forecast we go.
Fantasy Forecast, presented by Prize Picks.
27 receptions for Jake Ferguson. You know, the next highest at the tight end position, do you know who it is?
No.
Is it Juwan?
It's Juwan
Yeah.
Johnson.
That's
Next
right.
highest after that, do you know who it is? Trey McBride.
Yeah, that
Makes sense.
Number 4 and number 5 are tied.
Okay.
Henry?
Harold Fannin and Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Boy, Kyle Pitts didn't do a lot with that. Yeah, it's
Career?
With his career, yes, his career. All right, into the forecast we go. International games this week. Make sure you set your lineups early because
My alarm clock, NFL. Ugh.
this is where the West Coast is not the best coast.
It's
9:30 Eastern.
East Coast. Like, this is what East Coasters, this is what we're used to.
Yeah.
9:30.
You
Yeah.
wake up and you let football come to you.
It's Sunday morning. You let the sun wake you up. You're like, not that no alarm clock necessary. You just wake up and there's football. Over here, I'm like, it's dark outside.
Yeah,
And they're playing football.
we've got the 6:30 a.m. game. Minnesota versus Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh sitting 2-1. Minnesota 2-1 game in Ireland. So 2.5-point Minnesota. They're the favorites. 40.5 over under.
That's not great.
So both teams right now in the bottom 10 in pass rate over expectation. They're not throwing the ball a ton.
Which is really, really surprising for the Vikings. That has not been their style in the in the LaFleur era, and I think it will change. I think it will change.
I do as well.
with Carson Wentz right now.
Well, I mean, and it could have changed last week with Carson Wentz, except the Minnesota defense couldn't stop scoring. So, like, I mean, please stop. Even a team that likes to pass over expectation. I mean, even they're like, we should not be throwing the ball right now.
So you have a international matchup here. Aaron Rodgers, Carson Wentz. You know, Jalen Warren and Jordan Mason have been super impressive on the season.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're both must plays for me.
Yeah, Jalen Warren, if people aren't aware, one of 8 running backs to be top 20 in all 3 weeks. I mean, he's been getting all the work.
His utilization is wild. He was a 50% workhorse last week, meaning percentage of total team rushing attempts and targets.
He played 80% of the snaps, and Aaron Rodgers does what Aaron Rodgers wants.
Yeah.
And he said a couple weeks ago, we've got to get him more involved in the passing game because every time he touches the ball in the passing game, special things happen. Well, he went from 2 targets week 1, 4 targets week 2, 6 targets week 3.
I think
these trends continue.
I think Jalen Warren would be making a ton of headlines if he could just get into the end zone right now.
Yeah.
Because he's managing to finish top 20 in spite of no rushing touchdowns on the season. He's a must-play. Jordan Mason, that's a must-play as well.
Which, a reminder, Warren was – Gainwell got the touchdown, but Warren had some opportunities, and then they ended up putting Gainwell in, and they ran a trick play.
So what is the truth about this Steelers defense? Because they struggled like crazy in week 1 against the Jets. They were awful in New York. They were not great. 31 points given up in week 2 against Seattle at home. Last week, they forced a bunch of fumbles, only gave up 14 points to the New England Patriots. Are they good? Are they bad? I mean, they're the highest paid defense in football.
I think they're bad.
Yeah, I think that they have some talent. They're ball hawks. Ramsey's going to go after turnovers, and I think they can cause turnovers. Obviously, they can get sacks with Watt as well. So from a fantasy perspective, I think the defense is a playable defense this week against Carson Wentz. But
do you like them more this week than, let's say, Washington against Atlanta?
No.
I'd play
I think I would like Washington.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay.
However, from a standpoint of can they stop the opposing team, not really. They turned the ball over 3 times or 4 times last week, but that was also like they gave up plenty of yards. They didn't look great, and you had 2 fumble-prone players in Antonio Gibson and Ramondre Stevenson that, lo and behold, fumbled again.
It kind of sounded like fumble pros because like they're professional fumblers, which also applies.
Yeah.
It's been the story of Gibson's career is he gets opportunities because somebody else fumbles, and he's like, watch this. I feel like this is a strange temperature check situation at the wide receiver position. Where are you with Jefferson? Where are you with Metcalf? I mean, we're 3 weeks in. We haven't talked a lot of Jefferson at all.
Yeah, he's been quietly okay. It's not Justin Jefferson, the guy that you drafted early in the first round.
Addison's back.
But in week 1, 12.8 points, 9.6. Somehow he scraped together 9.6 points, so 3 for 81 in that horrific game against Atlanta. And then last week, 5 for 75. Again, a weird game script for Jefferson. Still made it to 75 yards. So my confidence in Justin is still sky high.
You like him more than Chase rest of the season?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, interesting to have that conversation. DK Metcalf, does he feel like the breakout is coming? Does he feel touchdown or bust right now? I mean, this is the worst matchup for wide receivers in all of football. Minnesota's number 1 against them.
Ironically, over the entire season last year, they were the worst. So I think the truth is somewhere in between. They are going to be a very good run defense. DK Metcalf, very necessary for this offense. And, it was a weird game last week where he only got 4 targets. I don't
like him more than Marv tonight against Seattle? On the road? Or not on the road, sorry. Overseas?
I think I would play Marv over DK this week.
Yeah,
DK or Devontae Smith at Tampa?
I would play Marv. Or I would play DK there.
So if it's
Still Marv.
DK or Devontae Smith,
Yeah.
you'd trade for Marv and play him.
Correct.
Okay.
But the last one I hear is Jacoby or DK, and that's Jacoby for me.
Jacoby is. I'm really happy you made him a start of the week because his disappointing week last week. And Trey Tucker's breakout. Like Jacoby is the one, and he's going to have a great game.
TJ Hawkinson, you already heard it. Mike, start of the week, he made the case for that. And you're not really starting the tight ends because there's too many of them in Pittsburgh.
Are you throwing Addison right into your lineup?
Nah, man.
Okay.
No need. I've got Marv anyway, so obviously I would.
I'm not done.
No, I know. The Commanders 2-1. I just talked about this game. They're going to Atlanta. Atlanta's 1-2. It was a depressing week for the Atlanta offense. It's also a Dan Quinn revenge game, in case you're tracking revenge games. Washington -1.5 on the road. Over-under is 45.5. Washington won in overtime last year against them. What are we thinking about Jaden Daniels this week? Are we going to get him back out on the field, and does it change the way you project this game?
I think he will start, but honestly, I mean, he doesn't even know. He said he's feeling better, but he's not sure if he can go. He's limited in practice, but he is practicing. It's a situation where if Jaden Daniels starts, you start him. And honestly, if he doesn't, I think Marcus Mariota, he's fine for fantasy. He runs a lot despite being, an older veteran now.
He's got nothing to lose.
Well, and he's
6 for 40 on the ground, number 6 overall quarterback last year.
Yeah, so I think you start the Washington Commanders quarterback. As far as how it changes the rest, I presume better for every other possible player that, if you wanted to play Bill Krosky or Bill, or if you wanted to play Deebo Samuel, you're hoping that Jaden Daniels is active.
Well, Terry McLaurin might not play in this game. He's a DMP on Wednesday, dealing with the quad injury, seeking other opinions. I would consider him highly doubtful for this week.
Same.
So I think Deebo is a very comfortable play. And I think the bigger question marks in this game have to do with the Washington running back room and then how we're feeling about Drake London. So let's start with the running backs. We know the story last week. Krosky Merritt, 1 target. It wasn't like the other guys got any targets, though. I mean, no targets for McNichols, none for Rodriguez.
Well, and they were blowing him out. So, I mean, I don't think we know for sure that he's not going to be involved in the passing game from what we saw.
You want to see another week?
Yeah.
I'd like to see a week with Jaden Daniels. That's kind of what I want to see for the passing game for the running backs. But Bill and then Chris Rodriguez and then McNichols, that's the order?
Yeah, Bill is the only true startable one to me.
And you're playing Bijan. So I wanted to talk about Drake London briefly to get your opinion on some of these numbers. Right now, if you want to look at the stats for Drake London, spending less time in the slot this year, his average depth of target is down to just 7.7 yards because we have seen put it in the flat offense that they're running with Michael Penix. He was above 11 in each of the first 3 seasons. That is concerning because it's not just, hey, Penix needs to become a better passer, which he clearly does. He's dead last in completion when he's pressured, basically. He's got to become a better passer, but then you also don't necessarily trust him to get the ball way down the field, or when Drake London does accumulate, right now he's not accumulating big plays.
Right. I will say that, he's done a lot of his work out of the slot as far as fantasy success in his short career. Last week, really good matchups at the cornerback position. This week, as in they were really good corners, bad matchup. This week is kind of the opposite. So I expect a bounce-back game from Drake London.
Would you rather play Debo in this game without McLaurin or Drake London?
London.
I play London.
All right, New Orleans at 0-3 take on the 3-0 Buffalo Bills. They are playing the game. There was some talk that they would just skip it.
Just simulate it?
Just for safety's sake.
Player safety, and it's not going to change anything.
Now, Buffalo, last I looked, it was 16.5. Now it's 15.5.
Uh-oh.
So the bettors, they like the Saints.
Well,
they're like, there ain't no way they can win by 17 points.
Right.
It is. It's a hard line to pick, genuinely, when I was making my picks, because the Bills, unlike some other teams, they do take their foot off the gas sometimes, and they'll rest. Like, does Josh Allen play in the fourth quarter? I don't know. But if he doesn't play in the fourth quarter, can the 21-point lead become,
but is it 14 and then you cover?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, this is
but the Bills are going to smoke the Saints, who are traveling from Seattle on the road all the way cross country now to New York to get smashed.
Yeah, I don't really have any inkling that it's not going to play out the way we think it's going to play out, just because the Bills are that disciplined. This would be the same as if the Saints were going into Detroit. You'd expect them to execute. They've been 2-touchdown home favorites 10 times in the Josh Allen era. So, at least the numbers-wise, they've only hit that, big. Like right now their implied point total is 31.5. So they've only hit that 32-plus implied mark twice in those games.
2 out of 10, yeah.
Yeah, 2 out of 10. So we'll see. But you're starting who you're supposed to start here. Josh Allen, James Cook. I don't have a lot of confidence elsewhere on the receivers because
agree.
I think they can win with the 2 players I just named, and you don't know if it'll be Keon Coleman or Khalil Shakir or Dalton Kincaid or anybody else.
Or Dawson Knox or
Elijah Moore.
Yeah, I mean this is honestly, Josh Allen might not even do that much in this matchup. To me, it's Josh Allen. You're still, of course, starting him. James Cook is going to be, probably the running back top 3 on the week. And then I kind of don't want anyone else on the Bills, despite how many points they're going to score, because you don't know where it's going to go. And on the other side,
desperation play for Tyler Johnson, real quick. If you think that this game could get out of hand and you have backups in the game,
what?
Well, I mean, you guys have talked about starting Tyler Algier in an emergency situation.
Sure.
So I'm asking the question: if you're salting this game away,
Ty Johnson.
Yeah.
Well, you called him Tyler.
Okay, I'm sure that's what Ty is short for.
I did not know who he was talking about. I'm going to be honest.
So
I was like, who's Tyler Johnson?
Because Tyler Johnson.
I was about to Google.
No, Tyler Johnson is a wide receiver.
Okay.
In the league.
Okay, Ty Johnson.
So it was very confusing.
But what
Not
do you think
for
about
his mother?
What about Tyler Warren?
Ty Johnson. Now do you understand?
No, if anything happened there, I would think it would be Ray Davis.
Someone figure out the long form of his
I'm
name.
on it right now. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah. Okay. We have.
But so the other side, Juwan Johnson he's an auto start.
Oh, it's just Ty.
Oh, in your face!
Oh man!
Before you go to the other side,
his mom was pissed.
How dare you call him Tyler?
She's like, "What in the heck are you? Who is that?"
The wide receiver.
Oh my gosh! Shut up back there. All right, listen. Dalton Kincaid has been the number 2 and number 3 tight end.
He's so weird.
I'm just saying he's not. Nobody's talked about it. Nobody's bought in. If you got a 2 and 3, here's the thing: if you got a 2 and a 3 week out of Kyle Pitts, if this exact same thing happens to Kyle Pitts, I feel like we're having conversations. We're all just like, yeah, what is a lie?
Because he plays half the snaps.
Yeah, 55%.
Like it feels
Kincaid
so
is
fragile.
Kincaid is a fine start at the tight end position. You don't need as much. I mean, would you start Dalton Kincaid or David Njoku? I'd start Kincaid.
Yeah, okay.
All right, sorry, you were flipping to the other side, though.
Yeah,
Mike.
I've just Juwan Johnson, second in targets and second in receptions among the tight end. He is an auto play.
Bills have been really good against tight end so far.
Yeah, it's just the way that the offense works and how fast it runs that Juwan is in. But what do you do with Alvin Kamara?
Alvin Kamara is a must start. I see the question. To me, he's a must start. He had a very bad game last game, and I know that the targets are down a little bit, but the opportunities—
They're all down a lot of it.
The opportunities—
Where's Derek Carr when you need him?
Like, didn't he have 20 opportunities last week? Are you on his profile?
Yeah, he did. He had 20 opportunities, but it's 18 carries for 42 yards.
He's on the field so much. He's still talented. He's been good the first 2 weeks and then had a bad outing last week. So could he get shut down again this week? Sure, but I'm not going to not start a running back getting 20 opportunities.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I want you to guess the target pace for Chris Olave through 3 weeks.
Oh, it's Chris Olave is
He's the leading, so I'm going to say 205.
209.
Man, he is
stupid.
It's probably never going to be fantastic for Chris Olave, but I mean, like Jacoby, sometimes you just need those targets, those vegetables. So
yeah, give me that fourth quarter.
Yeah, like if you need to go, if you need a wide receiver to get volume, I think trading for Chris Olave right now is an okay thing to do.
He has not surpassed 60 receiving yards in any game, and he's on pace for 935 on 209 targets.
Yeah,
209 target pace
PPR.
for not 1,000 yards.
Those are fantasy veggies.
Yes.
The Browns are 1-2, and they are traveling to Detroit. Detroit's looking mighty fine of late, although they will be we got the Monday Night Football, right? So they're a little bit of a short week. But they're at home, and they're playing the Browns. And the Vegas line here, Detroit -10, over under 44.5, 27 implied points for Detroit, 17 for the Browns. Browns defense did struggle to hold up over the course of a long game against Baltimore. So, what is the Browns defense, and what is that a threat to in your start-sit decisions for Detroit? Is it at all?
It's not.
Is it a tempered expectation?
It's just tempered expectations.
Like Montgomery, you're not concerned about that play?
That one feels a little nerve-wracking to me.
Okay, so he probably goes more into a flex decision.
Okay.
If you have another great option, like a Jacoby Myers.
I'd play Jacoby.
Yeah, I would play Jacoby Myers over David Montgomery. So you could have situations where you bench him after an incredible game. We have so far seen this defense shut down everybody they've played against, and they've played against great running backs.
Would you play Cam Scatterbo against the Chargers or David Montgomery against the Browns?
Scatterbo.
Okay.
Yes.
I am you're playing Amon-Ra. Where are you guys? Is Jameson Williams just a flex decision on a week-to-week basis? Do you like him at home in this one? To me, it's like the downfield throws when we had the start-sit decision earlier in the week. You didn't see Jordan Love able to get the ball down the field a lot. It is a little bit concerning. He'll have a couple shots.
I'd try to pivot away if I could. The targets at the end of last year have not duplicated for this year. Jameson Williams is at a 13% target share.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Which it's so weird. It is so weird what is going on with
they just
him.
haven't needed it. That's the truth.
But it's still, you have a pie. You got 100% of the targets, and 13% are going to the guy you just gave money to.
Yeah.
You didn't need to pay him.
That's fair.
It's weird.
We need to see him involved more. I think the number one start-sit question on the week, according to our website, involves Quinshon Judkins, who had a big week last week, but you have a Detroit Lions defensive front that was number 5 against running backs last year, number 9 so far this year. We know that they're going to stop the run, and we also know that Vegas has this game. Obviously, the Lions heavily favored. The running game for the Browns may become irrelevant over a portion of the game. The number one question is Quinshon Judkins or Trey Benson for Arizona tonight.
Oh,
Man,
and I feel like that's a really hard one because
it's a great question.
I feel like everybody wants to play Quinshon Judkins. If I had him, I'd want to play him.
Sure.
Emotionally.
Yeah,
I would play Benson.
I would be on the Judkins side personally. You did see, Alvin Kamara's bad game in week 3. That was against Seattle. So Benson, if I have the opportunity to wait and see, I mean, we don't know. Maybe DeMarcado is more involved than we think.
Okay, that's fair.
We're kind of assuming that Benson's going to get everything now that James Conner's gone. If you've got a Judkins available to start where you can take that break and see what you got in Benson, it's not a great matchup for Judkins, but it wasn't a great matchup for Judkins last week against the Packers. And
being on the road impacts the decision for me, though, of the
sure.
The defense is great, but can they hold the Lions down long enough? Because if the Lions jump out to a 2-score lead, you will see a lot more Jerome Ford on the field. That's his role in the offense.
So we've got one person on the Judkins side, right?
Mm-hmm. One on the Benson side, and
we got one on
coward
on the Trey Benson side. Our start-sit tool,
Okay.
the ultimate dashboard, would put Benson in.
Okay.
But it's funny. I was talking to some people yesterday, and they're like, "I really want to play this guy, but the ultimate dashboard has this player."
So play that guy.
And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about for a second. Like, we are trying to give you information. So when you look at the start-sit tool, we're telling you who's home, who's away, what's the over-under, what's the line, what's the implied point total. How we're comparing how these teams have done against that position group. But let's be very clear. Unless it's a blowout start-sit type of situation, projected points-wise, we just want you informed so that you can make the decision that you feel in your gut, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go with your gut. Go with the team and the situation. You know your opponent. We don't know your opponent. So you might be favored. You might be an underdog. You might need a big play. You might need more information. You play Trey Benson, you get the advantage of knowing
That's true.
what that position, what that player does on Thursday night instead of Sunday morning. So
as a reminder, put those players into your running back and wide receiver position.
Oh, that's such a good reminder.
Put Marvin Harrison into my wide receiver position.
For
Got it.
the NFL to rule CeeDee Lamb out.
Oh, thank you.
Is that?
Yes.
Do we need to tell them to do that?
Well,
Apparently.
Yeah.
What if he's going to play though?
He is not going to play.
Yeah, Jason is spinning out right now because he's got no ability to sign somebody.
I can't do anything with my roster because CeeDee Lamb is doubtful.
Yeah. So there you go.
He's doubtful to play for 3 weeks.
Are you guys kind of done
It's
with
ridiculous.
Cleveland wideouts right now?
No.
Jerry Judy's been outside the top 30 for 3 weeks. Cedric Tillman.
Because of the game script that they will have to throw. I mean, Joe Flacco, 42 pass attempts per game? Is he seriously all the way up there?
So Tillman is, neither of those guys are getting it done. It's been Harold Phantom. We just talked about the receiving totals, but 3 catches for Tillman this past week, 26 yards, 2 for 22 the week before, did score.
They didn't throw the ball a lot this last week. I mean,
they actually held it in control.
You were against a really good Packers. I've talked about. I think they're the best defense in the league right now, the Packers D, and so that was tough sledding. Now the Lions aren't a bad defense by any means, but you usually throw more than you run on them. So
I'm starting other players.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you need
to on the road.
I'm not
mash them into
forcing
lineups,
them in, but
I'm certainly not done with them or thinking that they are going to be bad this season.
And the tight ends.
I'd go Fannin over Njoku, but they eat into each other's work so much that I think that I would play Dalton Kincaid over either.
Hunter Henry?
Sure.
Okay. We'll take a break. We'll get into some more matchups. Foot Clan, the season. Look, it's underway, Al. The season is underway. You got those rankings, those sleepers. You got the can't miss picks. We've got it all laid out on the line. I don't know if you're ready for that, but the best fantasy team out there, we still need a backup because sometimes the starters, they don't show up. We know this. Wouldn't it be great if you could have the same peace of mind everywhere else? With Progressive, you get more than just a policy. You get a playbook full of coverage options that you can count on for your home and for your auto. Want to customize that protection? Not a problem. You can build your coverage just like you build your fantasy team, making sure that you have the right players in every position and back up when you need it the most. And when life throws an audible like a fumble in the driveway or a hailstorm at home, well, Progressive is there with 24/7 support. Don't get caught without a great backup. Visit Progressive.com to quote today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers, not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Who do you go to in order to solve your life's problems? The group chat, oversharing with strangers? Maybe you don't have that perfect someone great with advice. That's where BetterHelp comes in. They've been around for over a decade, helped millions, and out of 1.7 million client reviews, they've got a 4.9 rating. BetterHelp has qualified and experienced counselors that meet localized standards for counselor vetting and care delivery. They do the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your goals. A short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and your preferences, and you can switch to a different counselor at any time. Completely online, you can pause your subscription whenever you need to. BetterHelp is high-trust certified and complies with GDPR standards, which means they meet some of the highest global standards for data protection. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of experience. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/footballers. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/footballers.
I just want the people to understand like the levels we go to accomplish very valuable information on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle the Borgogan apparently is still digging into Cumberland, Maryland birth records to find the true birth certificate name of Ty Johnson.
We go deep.
And so this is what he's focusing on for the remainder of probably the day, if I'm honest. So make sure you get that information out there.
Hopefully not the day if he's the man I think he is. Because
you think he can get it sooner?
Yeah.
He may need to get boots on the ground. We may need to go to the records office.
3 p.m. Eastern, it will be done.
Okay.
Go get him, Kyle.
Carolina's 1-2. They take on the 1-2 New England Patriots. The Vegas line here, New England -4.5. The over-under's 42.5. Patriots, they're favored at home. Carolina had the big win last week against Michael Penix and the Falcons. I don't know who the Patriots are yet. That's kind of how I'm feeling.
Yeah, this game is weird.
I talked a lot about Hunter Henry earlier as my start of the week and the fact that the receiving room, like I know Stephon Diggs got dropped in our league this past week. He's still out there on waivers after waiver day. There was no drop of like it's hot pickup of Stephon Diggs.
You guys didn't want you want Diggs for my team?
Yeah, I mean Kayshon Boutte, we had a
I can't. CeeDee Lamb's doubtful.
Oh, right.
I would have.
We got 6 for 103 from Kayshon Boutte in week 1, and since then 1 for 16 and 2 for 28. Not encouraging. And then Demario Douglas, part-time player. So the offense right now, and then you got the running back room, which that's the big story. Everybody wants to talk about, like, yesterday we got some video, right? We got Travion was getting those first reps.
Yeah, it could be something. It could be everything.
And
it could be nothing.
Well, yeah, and it's like what a tumultuous situation where, like, okay, let's say Ramondre gets forgiven, which I read an article yesterday.
Yeah.
It was very positive about getting him on track, according to Mike Vrabel. And Vrabel's a veteran guy. He likes the vets. Antonio Gibson, same story. But it's also a really weird situation when a fumble ends that player's maybe week or multiple weeks. Like, let's say Ramondre gets forgiven and gets opportunities. What if he fumbles?
Right.
Do you remember when Chris Carson had a little fumbling problem for Seattle years ago? You remember this?
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, Chris Carson had a fumbling issue, and I think Rashad Penny was behind him, and it was like
there was a
you're
couple
holding your
weeks
breath
in a row
because he was playing so well. But then it's Ramondre, I would say, has bent towards the surprisingly good side to start the year from what people might have expected. But the people want TreVeyon Henderson out there.
Yes, we do.
Are they going to get it this week?
I think they're going to get a lot more TreVeyon Henderson this week. He was in his own right punished early on for his whiffs in pass protection. Now, Vrabel came out and said they need Ramondre and that they trust Ramondre the most in pass protection. So Ramondre is not going to get the bench, but Travion Henderson, they spent a high second-round draft pick on this guy, and they punished him, rightfully so, for 3 holding penalties and screwing up pass protection. But they want to get the ball in his hands. They want to get it in space. And I think that over the course of the season, they will keep getting Travion Henderson more and more involved. Now, is this the matchup where you start him? Or, I think in a lot of leagues, you're going to have to wait on starting Henderson and miss out on the first breakout week.
So, the people would much rather – would you rather play Chase Brown against Denver, or would you rather try it with Hendo?
I would rather try it with Hendo.
Would you rather play Judkins against Detroit after he did well last week?
Judkins, yeah.
And then what about Scatteraboo? You'd play him?
I'd play Scatteraboo.
It does feel – it's not nice to have to wait and see, but it's also a long season. And you don't want to get burnt. What are your odds in this game of Ramondre having a bunch of the work? It's not 0.
It's a decent chance. And honestly, the way that this game looks, the Patriots are 4.5-point home favorites, and the Carolina Panthers offense, their defense is not great. I know you've got a good defensive player or two, but the whole of it is not a good defense. And their offense is very banged up. You've got Xavier Legette, who didn't play last week. We're not sure if he's going to be back. Probably not.
You would call that addition by subtraction, I would think.
Well, why do you think they scored 30 points? That's fair. Jadavian Sanders is out. Teteroa McMillan didn't participate in practice with a calf issue. This is part of why I like Hubbard. I think they're going to check down a lot to him. But, maybe is Hunter Renfrow, the type of player where if you're in dire straits, you look to the waiver wire, and
I think so.
They're going to have to throw the ball to someone.
I think that's sneaky. If McMillan were to miss, definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
They are limited, like you said. So you had Chuba at the start of the week. It's just, it could be a run-heavy victory for New England if all these passing weapons are hurt.
That was my point.
Bryce Young on the road, troubled on the road sometimes. He had a home game, and it's not like he was productive last week in the 30-0 win. 16 completions for 121 yards. But that's interesting. The Hunter Renfrow sneaky start.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's sneaky start of the week.
Start. And leave it at that.
Okay. Mike, any other thoughts here?
I think this game is extremely weird. I'm not forcing I like Chuba, but it's like other than that, I'm not forcing anyone in. I got McMillan's an auto start, so I'm not talking about him. But the other side, I'm letting the running backs do their thing. And the Patriots wide receivers, they got to figure this thing out. Like I said, get Kyle Williams on the field. What are you doing? These other guys they're not the future. They're not getting it done. Let the rook unleash him.
That is a little bit of the problem with Vrabel.
Yeah.
Or, at least in our perspective, because the reason Travion hasn't
to his own demise, he is a really you're talking about Mike Vrabel deferring to Kyle Williams in the face of Stephon Diggs. That's a hard thing to do. And he's not doing it at running back, and he's not doing it at wide receiver so far, and that bugs me. Drake May, is he still a viable fantasy starter?
Yeah. This week the matchup is pretty good. He's at home. He's favored. The work that Ramondre and Travion are doing, a lot of it's been through the air. So I think Drake May's fine. He scrambles a lot, second most scrambles in the NFL right now. He's probably a top 10 play.
All right, guys. The Chargers at 3-0 go to New York to take on Jackson Dart and the New York Giants, who are 0-3. Chargers 6-point road favorites. The over-under is 43.5. This game, it does hit me a little weird. We're going to get to see Jackson Dart out there, Cam Scatteraboo, Malik Neighbors. A lot of exciting down-the-line players for New York getting opportunities right now. They're only at 18.8 implied point total. Herbert is entering the MVP conversation at this point. A month ago, he was plus 2,000 to win MVP. Then he was plus 1,500 after Brazil. Now he's plus 500. He's just behind. Like, he's the guy behind Lamar and Allen.
That's a big jump.
So, that one throw when he bent the bullet behind, I think, Nick Benito.
It was helpful. It's also helpful when you are 3-0, and you've got a lot of winnable games coming up on your schedule.
I'm struggling with this one.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh,
no.
Andrew!
No!
Oh, he's got that itch.
No! No! I mean,
Uh-oh.
okay, but
It's 6 points. Yeah.
Oh!
Andy's almost upset of the week.
It feels.
I feel like you're almost upset with yourself.
I am. That was not one I wanted to do.
He lets it come
The
to him.
button pushed itself. You think I want a rookie in his first week? I think it might work. Jason talked about this. Sometimes rookies in that debut game, no tape, the fact he's got the mobility, I think he's going to execute a quick hitting offense. I think he's going to use his legs. And look, the line at 6 points for the Chargers, I think the Giants are going to be more competitive than people are expecting, and I hate that I'm saying it out loud.
I mean, I hate that you're saying it out loud too.
Al Borland, what did you just say?
Sorry, I was making a bet. I said I can't believe I have to go make this bet now.
Yeah, nobody, like Kyle covered his eyes.
I hope you are right. I find myself just really rooting for the Giants and Jackson Dart. I want it to be a thing.
I was just curious.
And Scatterman.
We do our weekly picks, and I was like, I wonder which side I took on that. I didn't remember. I was with you here, Ian.
Oh, that's not good for me.
Yeah, I know. Usually it's
That's
better
not
when we
good
disagree.
for me. It's much better when you think I'm a complete baboon. Yeah, that's we'll see what happens. That's
There's
not the story of this game,
There
though.
are so many unknowns. I mean, the story of the game is Jackson Dart, but he affects the two big assets of Cam Scatterbu and Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, your eyes are on the checkdowns, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's really important. Russell Wilson, he snaps the ball, and he looks about 80 yards down the field. And then he looks about 60 yards down the field, and then he checks it down at this stage in his career. And that
or
was
throws it out of the end zone.
Well, sure. Well, that's because he was too close. He was still looking 60 yards down the field, Mike, but it was all fans.
Yeah, there was a mirage.
Yeah.
So, look, we're starting Cam Scatterbu, right? Is he officially
I don't think
a start?
he is. I think yes, you can start Cam Scatterbu because you expect his workload in the passing game to still be there. Like, even if it's not a massive check down, and he's not getting 8 targets, you still think he's going to get 4 checkdowns, maybe 4 total targets, 2 that were, improv and a couple of screen passes designed to him. He's looked really good. This isn't a great matchup, and we are curious about the utilization in the receiving game. So he's not a must start.
Benson tonight, Scatterbu at home on Sunday.
Oh man,
I feel like that's probably a really big question actually in the start sit tool.
I'm gonna go Scatterbu because I am actually more, even though there's questions with Dart, I'm still more optimistic about Cam Scatterbu's receiving work than I am about Benson's receiving work.
Well, Herbert's a lock, right? We're playing Justin Herbert every week.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors as well. You play him. You don't want to miss out on the great and the potential. Malik Neighbors is too good. Beyond that, though, I think those are Scatterbu and Neighbors on the Giants side. Right now, Quentin Johnston has led the team in receiving yards for 3 consecutive weeks. So to start the year, and it's not like,
Look at us.
I mean, Quentin Johnston at one point in time,
You're
like, he's just a deep threat. Well, he has 10 targets. He's on pace for 136 targets.
He was the 21st pick in the NFL draft, and he is looking really great right now while he doesn't have to be the centerpiece of the defense.
The focal point.
You want some good news for Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Oh, baby. Wait.
Look at Huge. This dude was the laughing stock. His career, we were all done.
He is the most physically gifted of the 3 receivers they have. And I can tell you from the tape, this is not the same player you saw the first year or the second year. He's actually, it's a credit to Harbaugh. He instills confidence in players. And I think you're seeing more effort and athleticism from Quentin Johnston. Not just going up.
But I don't know if we can do that.
Going up into the air, but actually in between the play, running back to the – it's been really impressive.
Yeah, I don't see how you can bench Quentin Johnston.
You have to play all 3 guys, don't you?
Yes, I think all 3 are.
Yeah, it's silly it's true. I don't know. I don't think you're always going to be happy with all 3 guys, but you still pretty much need to start them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's wild because Ladd is a start and is also the least, like for me on the like Quentin has to be in there and Keenan has to be in there.
Yeah.
And it's like Ladd, I probably has to be in there, but you may have an option there. The people have been, I mean, don't go start and trade Tucker over Ladd is what we're saying, right?
Right.
Correct.
The Philadelphia Eagles are 3-0 and they travel to take on the also undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are sitting at 3-0. The Vegas line, Philly minus 3.5. The over/under is 43.5.
The Tampa Bay Tugboats, baby.
Tugboats?
Oh yeah, that's the
What?
nickname of
What?
their tugboat. The guy that they signed to stop the tush push.
Okay, needed that context, but
Yeah,
now I'm
yeah,
in.
yeah.
I'm in now.
Yeah, because I was like the professional wrestler.
So they're just going to put a 460-pound man in there to try to stop the tush push.
I love it. I love it so much. I really hope. I don't know for sure. Right now he's on the practice squad. I don't know that they're actually going to bring him up and do this, but they signed him this week. And there is one reason to put this man on the NFL field. Like, he
should
is
be
not
used
healthy
on the
enough.
offensive side of the tush push too.
Sure. Yeah. Give him the ball.
Yeah. He might not even play though, right?
He might not, but Desmond Watson, 450, 60,000 pounds. I don't know.
So they're both 2-0. These teams are 2-0. I feel like the injury to Mike Evans makes this game feel a little bit shakier. But Chris Godwin practiced in full. Emeka Egbuka has been a revelation. Sterling Shepard been heavily involved. Cade Otton can be Mr. Necessary, and it's at home. Like that, this game being at home in Tampa makes it a much more exciting game. It's not a high over-under. But how competitive do you think this is going to be? I mean, I feel like it's not going to be a blowout.
I don't think it'll be a blowout either. I think
Not
that
with Baker.
I think the Bucs can hang.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough sledding, but the nice thing is you don't have that many options. Sterling Shepard could PPR his way to
emergency
a decent
start.
An emergency start. But we've talked about a bunch of other people that I would probably play over him. So you probably don't need to go that low. Emeka, there's no way you're not going to play him,
Right.
and since he's all alone, he should be okay.
Well, I think Godwin's going to play. Limited.
Yeah, Godwin should be out there.
I think he'll play limited snaps. So I don't
Full
know.
practice on Wednesday.
The matchup plus, I'm sure we'll get some. Hey, it's Sunday morning. Glazer's going to be like, hey, Godwin's going to play, but he's going to be on limited snaps. So I'm not pushing him into my lineup just yet.
biggest question on the Bucs side is Baker. Even if he's got Godwin there, tough matchup. No Mike Evans.
Don't doubt him. Don't doubt the dog at home.
Really? Because
because I mean, who?
Let me give you two options.
Yeah, go for it. Maybe I'm wrong.
Geno Smith, who was my streaming candidate at home against Chicago, high over under, easy matchup.
I thought Chicago's defense looked great last week. I'm gonna take Baker.
What about
Daniel Jones against the Rams, highest over under on the week.
Rams are a good defense too. I mean, I'm fine going either one there. That's a coin flip to me.
and the last name I'll throw out? I mean, he has to pass concussion protocol, but Justin Fields.
That's the Monday game.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't feel like Baker's going to basement perform for you. I don't think you're getting 7 points from him. He's going to get 2 touchdowns in this game. He'll find a way to do it.
All right.
I don't know. Your ceiling might be better with Fields. It might be better with Daniel Jones. I can get on board with that. Even Geno.
What if I told you so far the game log for Baker Mayfield? Touchdowns week 1, 3. Touchdowns in week 2, 2.
Oh, don't say it.
Touchdown in week 3,
no.
1.
So then,
You think we got 0
if
coming?
these trends continue, I mean, the ticker might just start over.
He's okay.
But this is good
so
analysis.
it's 3 or 0.
First of all,
Right.
Okay.
one of the things you guys were worried about at the beginning of the year was that the rushing totals wouldn't be there for Baker. He's on pace for almost 700 rushing yards. So look to put up a top 10 week at quarterback with 1 touchdown, dog.
He's such a dog,
Yeah.
man. This guy is so amazing. I saw an interview with
I'm not too
Mike.
frightened at home, man. I'm just
Okay.
not.
I saw an interview with Mike Allstat, and he was asked, like, if someone were to call up and say, take your number, because his number's retired, if you could give your number to any
your
player,
jersey?
like
Okay.
you'll allow any player to actually use your number, he's like, Baker.
Oh yeah,
Is just
yeah.
like Baker is, dude, how do you not love that guy? You watch him play And that guy loved Laser Mayfield. That dude loves football.
Yeah.
He loves competing. He loves talking trash.
He loves it so much that it makes his pain stop hurting.
It's amazing.
Jalen Hurts, play him. Saquon, play him. A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, are we?
I mean,
you
probably play him. You hope that Baker can get it done, can throw 2 touchdowns, and that you have some second half action here.
All right, that was Fantasy Forecast presented by Prize Picks. Check out max discounts on the app now, like Jalen Hurts at more than 0.5 passing yards.
Oh, I'll take the more.
For the September 28th game. Use the code FOOTBALLERS and get $50 in lineups when you play $5. More matchups on tomorrow's episode. We got the Fantasy Face-Off coming with the Wheel of Shame.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
Tomorrow.
Yes, I do.
But that'll do it. Shout out to the Deucers for holding it down today. Al Borland, Papa Josh back there in Deucers Alley. And we'll be back for another great episode of the show tomorrow. Make sure you go subscribe on YouTube. Sunday Live, Sunday morning.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Join our fantasy football community on jointhefoot.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.